Hey everybody, and Tony here, and to conclude my Christmas special slash movie reviews here in Toronto, I'll be reviewing an animated film that has been way overdue for review and has been quite something that I've been wanting to review for a very long time, and that is Satoshi Kon's 2003 animated feature, Tokyo Godfathers. Now, like I said, this film was directed, written, and conceptualized by the late, great Satoshi Kon. It was co-written by Keiko Nobumoto, who was also very well known for contributing to works like Cowboy Bebop, Wolf's Rain, and Space Dandy, and it starred the voices of Toru Emori, Yoshiaki Umegaki, Aya Okamoto, Satomi Korogi, Mamiko Noto, Rika Kiyama, Akio Otsuka, and Koichi Yamadera. Now, Tokyo Godfathers has been a film that I've been wanting to review for a very long time, and one that I've been watching quite often. And like I said, this is something that has been really something that I've been wanting to talk about because everything about it was just awesome, which I'll get to the technical stuff later. Now, in terms of Satoshi Kon's works, he likes to write about the human condition, the human psyche, and everything about psychology that really manages to radiate throughout the films that he made. Like, for example, Perfect Blue, Paranoia Agent, and Paprika. Yet he also likes to write like human stories like Millennium Actress, and especially with this movie, Tokyo Godfathers. Now, whereas Millennium Actress took a look back at an actress's career and how many trials and triumphs she's faced, Tokyo Godfathers manages to look at the lives of the homeless people, as in the people who were disadvantaged, people who were going through a very tough time in their lives. It doesn't really have the imaginary or imaginatory type of facets that we usually associate with Satoshi Kon, nor does it really contain a lot of psychological aspects, but it does contain hints of it. Though it's safe to say that this animated feature offers a lot of character development and a lot of heart, and especially a lot of laughs here and there, yet also moments that will really tug at your heartstrings. So yes, the story is definitely something that is very unique for a Christmas special, and one that doesn't always feature the likes of Santa Claus or many other figures that we associate with Christmas. Instead, it features a tale of three homeless people trying to like find their place in the not just find their place in the world, but really find their place in each other and really band together and form their own little family while also taking care of an orphan baby. So yes, even though this concept might seem like a three men and a baby sort of thing, it's actually very unique and handles the topic of homelessness, running away, and many, many other serious topics very well. And it's all thanks to the great writing done by Satoshi Kon and Keiku Nobumoto. The animation is actually very realistic and it really much invokes how real people are, and it doesn't really contain those really huge eyes that we usually associate with anime. Instead, they go for a more realistic approach in just how the characters move, and almost like Satoshi Kon's other works, like Millennium Actress and Perfect Blue. All of these have a very realistic approach to the characters, and they have a sort of realism to it, as if though that you're watching animated reality. Not to mention, every piece of animation was done very fluidly. From the chase scenes, to the silent moments, to the flashbacks, everything was done flawlessly. And the music is absolutely great. The hugest highlight for me definitely has to be Beethoven's Ode to Joy, sung by a Japanese rock band, which I thought was just rollickingly awesome. It was just awesome all around. Not to mention, there were some Christmas carols sung here and there, and the music really helped the mood of the movie just wonderfully. The voice acting was also done top notch, and not to mention the characters. But let's take a look at the characters first. Now, with Tokyo Godfathers, you have three core characters. You have Miyuki, the runaway teenage girl, Hana, the drag queen, and then we have Jin, the homeless drunk. Now, these three characters, at first glance, you may not like them at first, or you may think that they're quite disgusting. But once you get used to them, once you really find out who they are, you actually sympathize with them and you actually want to root for them to really get what they want in life and to really get what they truly need in life and to be truly loved, especially that of Miyuki. Now, Miyuki, like I said, is a runaway teenage girl who at first we may not really sympathize with her because she's rough, she's brash, she's crass, she has a tendency to really be impulsive. But once you see her backstory unfold, which I dare not spoil, it's actually really heartbreaking. And it's actually really something that is very tragic and has happened to a lot of young teenagers. And whether you like it or not. And sometimes the communication that she has with other characters is actually really heartwarming and very interesting, especially the scene between her and a Spanish couple. That's what I find most interesting about it. And that's what I find most heartwarming as well. And then we have Hana. Now, Hana is a very interesting and also a very funny character. She was once upon a time a very well-known drag queen who was really revered by a lot of people, though at times her violent temper managed to get the best of her, or him, making him thrown out, which is kind of pitiful when you think about it. Though, it's safe to say that she has a lot of fun moments, and he's basically a lot of fun to watch throughout the screen, and he also has one of the best lines in the movie. Not to mention Gin. Now, at first glance, Gin is your typical drunk, homeless person. But once you find out what makes him the way he is, you kind of feel sorry for him and his lot. And then we have other characters that really help the characters throughout the film, especially that of the runaway mother, Sachiko, and Kyoko, who is spoilers, the daughter of Jin, the long-lost daughter of Jin, who is now a nurse. And then we have Kyoko, who also serves as the catalyst of the togetherness that these three homeless people feel. So the characters are very well developed. Not to mention, the voice acting done by each of these characters was just phenomenal. Aya Okamoto, who was 21 years old at the time, managed to make Miyuki a very believable character in how she talks, in how she expresses herself, in her attitude. She managed to make Miyuki such a very interesting character. And what I've noticed about Aya Okamoto is that this is her only voice role. This is actually her only voice role. And she's done a lot of live action stuff that I haven't really seen, but this is the one role that I definitely enjoy. And then you have the likes of Toru Emori and Yoshiaki Umegaki, who both play Jin's and Hana's roles very well, even working well off of each other. And then you have other well-known voice actors and voice actresses who've contributed a lot to anime, the likes of Shozo Iizuka, Seizo Kato, Mamiko Noto, Rikiya Koyama, and Satomi Karaoke. They managed to portray their roles extremely well, especially that of Shozo Iizuka's mother. Now that was just a lot of fun to watch. And not to mention Mamiko Noto's Kyoko. It was just simply put a very heartwarming performance. So overall, what more can I say about Tokyo Godfathers? It was such an excellent experience and one that I managed to catch religiously. I first caught it at age 15 or 14 on Animax, and it had the Animax English dub. And then I caught it in its original Japanese last year, like Christmas last year, when I was in Minneapolis spending time with my family friends, Auntie Carmelita, Kyle, Cam, and Uncle Scott. And let me just tell you that it still holds up very well. And one time, Uncle Scott even wanted me to know what were these characters saying. I basically had a general idea of what they were saying because the one that I caught on Netflix didn't have any subtitles, so I had a general idea of what the characters were going through. Though it's safe to say that Tokyo Godfathers is a must-watch, and I could really see why reviewers like The Lava Buster and The Cartoon Hero really loved this film, to the point where saying that Lava Buster said that this was an absolutely flawless film, and I definitely agree with him. So with that said, you know what rating I'm going to give this film. A well-deserved 5 out of 5 stars. It is a must-watch. Whether you're an anime fan, or a fan of Christmas movies, or even a fan of Japanese cinema, this is a must-watch for any fan of Satoshi Kon, or animation in general, or even fans of Japanese cinema. This is a must-watch, and you will not regret it. Well, that's all for now. Tune in tomorrow where I will be in Vancouver, and trust me when I say there will be a lot more reviews in Vancouver to come, and maybe a few more Let's Tries. So until then, this is Antoni signing off, and hope you all have a pleasant day and an equally happy holidays. Oh, and also, I hope you're all gonna have a happy New Year. So, till then, everybody.